Welcome to Autism in Black Live. We are rooted in advocacy, not fear, rooted in truth, not stigma. Here, we center Black autistic voices, uplift Black families, and build spaces that are affirming, unapologetic, and full of joy. Whether you are a parent, professional, or autistic adult, this is your space. Together, we break down barriers and build up community. So grab your seat at the table. We're just getting started. Hello and happy Monday. I am Maria Davis Pierre. I am the CEO and founder of Autism in Black, here with the man I'm married to.
What's going on, AIB community? You're truly Dr. Barry Pierre, co-founder of Autism in Black. Welcome to another episode of Vision to Venue series, the countdown to the conference. Link is below. The link. I'm assuming that this is your first time watching this. Because if it's not your first time watching this, you already know where the link is. You already know what time it is. April 17th to 19th. We want to see you there at the conference, in person, virtual, however we want to see you. We want to see you in the building.
If you're watching on Instagram, the link is scrolling above, but everywhere else it is scrolling below to go ahead and secure those tickets. So yes, we are back for our Vision to Venue series, where we give you a behind the scenes look at what it takes to take our vision for the 6th annual conference and take it to that venue, April 17th through the 19th. We are less than 30 days out. And we are excited. Drop down in the comments where you're tuning in from. We like to know where you're watching from so we can shout you out. And this is the time in the show where we throw it to Dr. Barry so he can tell us where we are for our YouTube goal.
Right. So for those who maybe your first time catching this, we have set out to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers on our Vision to Venue series. This series that we post all of our episodes on the YouTube page. Again, link is either in the bio or scrolling below. And we are up to 670 YouTube subscribers. Y'all have been absolutely phenomenal. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And then if you're my Facebook or you're my Instagram, you're on where we on Facebook, Instagram, and where else we at? YouTube's already out there. So YouTube's already rocking. So if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We appreciate y'all, love y'all for that. Keep going.
Yes, we got someone tuning in from New Jersey. Welcome. Happy to have you. How's the weather there? Is it still cold? I'm off on how weather is everywhere because it's hot here. So for this week, if this is your first time tuning in, we have a topic that we cover each week, and then each day is designated to a specific theme. Oh, we got Detroit in the house as well. Welcome.
Hey, Weston Bill, let's go.
Yes. But this week is a little bit different for us because Dr. Barry and I are going to be out of town. So we are going to do things a little bit different. There is no set topic for the week. We are doing a Q&A style for the days that we will be doing the live, and kind of a walkthrough of what to expect for those 3 days of the conference. I know we've gotten a lot of questions about the schedule. It will be updated on the registration page in the FAQ portion at some point this week, but we're going to walk you through, answer some questions, and that's how we're going to roll, because we're probably only going to have about 3 lives this week, today and possibly Thursday and Friday. So with that, Dr. Barry, where do you want to start?
I think, again, I'd probably right following where you kind of as far as scheduling concerned, because as we get closer to the conference, those who are locked in are trying to get their plans together. I want to say that, especially those who may be flying in or driving in, because we got some local folks coming in through. I want to say that they're going to be spending the whole weekend with us at the conference. But I know we're in South Florida. I know the beach is right down the street, pretty much, right? City Place is right down the street, pretty much. So we know y'all gonna be perusing and enjoying a nice little time in South Florida, hopefully on your employer's dime. So we will definitely have that schedule out and about. I'm actually going to put almost like a travel guide per se, right? Just so some amenities like around like at least the city place area. I can't tell you about any other place around South Florida, but like at least around the city place area, we'll have kind of a list of amenities that you may be able to attend to patronize.
Yes, and those will be emailed to all of the in-person ticket holders. You'll get that travel guide probably by April 1st. So we're working on that to get to all of you. But as far as, because I know that if you're doing CEs, then you're going to be doing a lot less perusing because you need to get your 13 CEs. So how our schedule works is 9 to 5 on Friday and Saturday. So sessions, doors open at around 8:30. And then we start promptly at 9 and we go to 5. There will be breaks in there. There will be lunch break in there. But Friday and Saturday is 9 to 5 full of sessions. Friday at 6, from 6 to 8, we have the VIP PJs and head wraps. We only have 4 VIP in-person tickets left. So if you're wanting a VIP in-person ticket, we only have 4 left. And once they're gone, they are gone, because VIP gets a lot of other things. So we want to make sure we have an appropriate head count way before conference starts, so that they can get all the things that their ticket level gets them. So 4 VIP tickets, in-person VIP tickets left. There's however many virtual, and we don't put a cap on those. And then Saturday night from 6 to 8, everybody who's an in-person ticket holder gets to go to our Black Family Game Night, which will have dinner, drinks, games, and all of that. So that's the schedule for Friday and Saturday. And with the PJs and head wraps, dinner is served there too. And then Sunday, we start breakfast around 8 o'clock, breakfast for everybody who's a ticket holder, because we won't be having lunch because we end early. And then I believe we start around 9:30. I have to make sure. And we end about 1 o'clock on Sunday. So that is basically the schedule to make sure that you are accounting for. And those sessions that are running from 9 to 5 are all CE sessions. So if you're here for CEs, you will need to be accounted for from 9 to 5, Friday and Saturday, and 9 to 1 on Sunday, because those are all CE sessions. So that's basically the schedule, but we will have it up on the registration page, as Dr. Berry stated. What else, Dr. Berry?
We also have, for those who obviously been wondering, because we typically get this every year, yes, the tickets will be going up in price after April 1st, right?
On April 1st. On April 1st.
And a lot of it, I always say, a lot of it always depends on when I wake up to change the button, right? Because I am our chief technical officer as well as the COO of the organization. So definitely ticket prices will be going up April 1st. So go ahead. This is why we definitely try to stress, push your tickets as early as possible, because we know, right? The ticket prices do go up, right? And I understand there's gonna be plenty of people who buy the tickets after, right? Mm-hmm. And I do the same thing. I wish I could be like, yeah, I'm the type I always like to buy myself early. Nah, me, I'm the same way. Sometimes I won't buy a flight to like 2 weeks prior, 1 week prior. Like life just works that way, and we understand that. And just like y'all understand that y'all may have to pay a little bit more because of it. So I don't want y'all to be like, oh, I saw the price was this when I first looked at it like a month ago. I know, because that was a month ago. But after April 1st. We got to raise the price
on April 1st, because people are gonna be like, you said after. No, the ticket prices go up April 1st. Mm-hmm. That is the date that they will go up. Of course, we will have countdowns and whatnot on all social media pages to make sure that you are reminded. But we do that because as we get closer to the dates, prices go up for things that we have to pay for. So This is just how we talked about all last week on that budgeting and that financing. One of the things that comes along with doing these events. And if you have any questions about the different ticket tiers, episode 13 of the Vision to Venue series on our YouTube goes into extensive detail on each different ticket type. Our virtual general admission and VIP, and then our in-person general admission, VIP, and platinum VIP. We go into great detail on episode 13. So if you are trying to decide what ticket tier that you want, go watch episode 13. And then, of course, you can always include your CE package on your tickets as well. And that is for virtual and also for in person as well. So, yeah. What else, Dr. Berry? Do we have any questions we want to address? I gotta pull them.
Yeah, we can go through our questions now. I mean, that's fine. I know we got a couple over the weekend.
Yeah, which was funny because on Friday we like to cover when we get some of these comments, and we'll save all of the negative comments for our usual Friday. But they started like right after we ended that live on Friday, because we know we really didn't have any. We had like one last week, and we will definitely have a show for you all on Friday about these negative comments that we have been getting. One of the most frequently asked questions or alluding to this weekend has been regarding ticket price. And why do we charge this much? Why is it not free? One, we have several free events over the course of the year. We just had a free event 2.5 weeks ago with our boys event hosted by Dr. Berry and my lovely son, our lovely son. So we do have several free events throughout the year that you can attend. That is on the Autism in Black Foundation. We have a YouTube full of resources. We have a podcast full of resources, website full of resources. But everything is not going to be free. And we have to understand that in life. Everything is not free. This event is one of those things that is not free because we have to invest so much into it. And at the end of the day, we want to break even. And that means that if we break even, that means that Autism in Black is not in the red, and Autism in Black continues to be able to serve and do the free events that we do several times a year. So this event is not free. It is a 3-day event where we bring in speakers from all over, where we have curated content that we have spent a year planning for. So this is our biggest event of the year, and this event is just not free. And the ticket prices are based on what the event cost. For 3 days, where you, if at bare minimum, if you're general admission and you're coming in person, you have 3 days full of content. You're getting dinner and drinks on Saturday. You're getting breakfast on Sunday. You get a bag full of goodies. There's a sensory room that is catered, that there's things you're going to be able to take out of there. So at bare minimum, if you're doing general admission in person, you get a lot. General admission for virtual, you get 3 days full of content. You get a whole conference hub where you're getting to network with people. And then everybody gets lifetime access to the recordings. And that is different from a lot of conferences, because they may not give you recording access at all, or you have to pay an additional fee, or you only get it for a limited amount of time. So our ticket prices are factored into the cost of the event, which is how we get those ticket prices. And you can go and watch all of last week's episodes to see all of the things that we do have to pay for and why this event costs money, but it does. So that's what I got to say on that one.
We love it. We love it. Like I said, because what typically going to happen is right after the conference, we'll be promoting another free event. But I think what's always funny about those comments is that we never see them in between the before and after. Like we never see those types of comments like before the conference. So we'll have the summits, webinars, nothing. And then the second, this one was like, oh, where's the free stuff? Like, well, where you been at the whole, like, we'd be shocked. I always assume it's like, oh, they must be the first time they seen us. Cause we'd be there the whole year. We waiting.
We'll get those comments because we've gotten them during the time we've been promoting the boys event. And I'm like, there's a free event literally happening in the next week that you can sign up for.
So we check to make sure if you actually sign up for it.
You'd
be surprised. And this, I think it's a very good lesson, especially for my content creators and especially my entrepreneurs, right? Who, want to charge for things and whatnot. And they may hear that, right? Because a lot of times when people say, when people have an issue with cost, it's never the cost, right? It's usually because their value system doesn't believe that the price overrides what they think the value is. Right. And once they think that the value is overriding with the price, they pay whatever. Right. Which is why, some men will pay whatever, right, to have, courtside seats to a basketball game, football game, right? Because for them, the value of being courtside is way more important than whatever the cost is, right? Some women may say, hey, you know what? That purse, I want that purse. I don't care what the price is. I want that purse. Right. And because for them, the value of having the purse is much more than the price. So I think a lot of times our entrepreneurs may get flustered in thinking, oh, I can't do what I want to do for my community because if I charge, right, they're going to say like, oh, why isn't this free? Right. And I always say, trust me, if you were doing that same thing free, they wouldn't patronize it anyways. Right. 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't patronize it anyways. Because guess what would happen? They say, oh, that thing's free. I don't know if I want that. Exactly. Right, because so it's a weird psychological dynamic that we see all the time. That's why I always encourage my friends who are content creators, who are entrepreneurs, go ahead and sell your stuff. Right, don't worry about the 1 or 2 people who say, oh, that cost is this, cost is that. Go ahead and sell your stuff because the only people you only want to talk to people who want to pay for it anyway. Right. Exactly. It is from that standpoint.
Another thing that we deal with is the fact that because we are a Black-owned disability business, people believe it should be free. People believe it should be free because we center on the Black community, the Black disability community. But 95% of our speakers are Black and disabled. So if we're talking about putting into the community, which we stand on business and do, then we have to provide a fee or, pay our speakers, or in this instance, our speakers do not have to pay for travel. We pay for their flight. We pay for their room. We pay for, them to eat. So we are taking on those costs. And then our pre-record speakers do get paid. So even in that instance, if we're talking about putting into the community, and we as an organization are doing that, and hello, I'm also Black and disabled as well. If we're talking about that, and then we always have an issue actually putting into the actual business, that's a problem. Just because it's a Black-owned disability company does not mean that every resource has to be for free. That is not how it goes, because these speakers are wonderful speakers, and I'm hoping we get to the point one day where we can provide the travel and still give them a speaker honorarium. Because
that's an example. I think a lot of times, because some of the comments we'll talk Friday goes like, I know you guys have to make a living. Trust me, y'all.
Not on this conference.
This conference is not about making money on this conference. I can 100% assure you, y'all. I can 100% I can 100% assure y'all.
Now the other stuff that Autism in Black does is the speaking, and then that's what we do our income. Like, but this conference,
no. Like it's. I thought it was funny. I was like, make a living.
Yeah. It's an insult to believe that we're just out here trying to take people's money, because that's not what it is. We invest a lot into our community, and these speakers are amazing. You have speakers who have been in this field for decades doing this work, and their coming on our stage to speak to the community and provide such a wealth of resources. One speaker, in all honesty, is worth the whole ticket price. One speaker that we have. Because that's the kind of work that they do. So when you're
speaking of
speaking of one of our amazing speakers, who
definitely worth the ticket price by itself.
Yes, Cheryl is worth the price of the ticket by herself, without anybody else. Now we start adding in Dr. Huff, we add in Dr. Frizzle and Dr. Brown, we add in soon to be Dr. Davis Pierre. It would be a lot more.
The heavy hitters are there. The heavy hitters are there, y'all.
The heavy hitters are there, and it's not just like a one or two off. No, every single speaker that gets on that stage is a heavy hitter, and we ensure that they trust our organization and we trust them. So to act as if they should be doing for free, that's an insult to them. That's an insult to our business, and it's just not going to happen. So this event is not free. This event not free. You got to pay for it. You want to know, you got to pay for it. But we do have free resources, and Cheryl has been on our podcast I don't know how many times that you can go and listen to if you want to. Cheryl, we are not having waffles for breakfast. I believe it is an assortment of other pastries and bacon and other things like that we're having. But I'll let you know for sure when I call you after this live what we're having. What else was I going to say about that? Because there was one other point I wanted to make.
And I think just driving home the fact that, especially when we talk about the free resources, this obviously, like I said, our goal is obviously to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. But I'm telling y'all, like the amount of resources that the speakers who are on our YouTube page already drop, and I'm telling you, I'm talking about from conference to summits to conference to summits. If you just go to the page, you'll see. Right, you'll see one of my favorite episodes. My wife knows who it is. One of my favorite episodes. I probably listen to at least once a month. Right, about just emotional regulation and it's so much game over there. Whether you are an autistic adult, whether you are an organization trying to be more, in tune with being, autism and Black certified, aka whether you're a parent, right, who just learned of the diagnosis, or you're a family member and you have a family member who just learned of the diagnosis. It's not a cheat code. The information is there. And if you like podcasts, your favorite podcast, platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, I don't know who does podcasts. Whoever does podcasts, I think Google has a podcast. Yeah. So whoever does podcasts, if you just search Autism and Black Podcasts, it's right there as well too. So the information is definitely there. And obviously we're not telling you this to push you away from the conference. We're just letting you know, if you're looking for information, the information is likely there.
Yes, we're not.
You might not be able to come to the conference, and that's okay. But the information is definitely still within the Autism and Black ecosystem.
Yes, we're big on not being gatekeepers because one thing about it, our speakers are more than likely on our podcast. So they're going to be sharing their information. So you're able to connect with them. You're able to listen to what they're talking about. You're able to get resources. So if you don't have the money to come to the conference and you can just attend a summit for now or watch the resources, do so. But understand that this event is not free. It's just not. We're not. Now, once we get those big organizations who are definitely sponsoring, then we'll be happy to host it for free. But at this time, they're not. So here we are with the ticket prices.
Get your tickets before April 1st, y'all. Before April 1st.
Get your tickets before April 1st because they will go up. We know that those of you who follow us are not the ones that are commenting these comments, but hopefully the ones who are commenting follow and then see and watch and understand, because we know come April 1st they're going to be definitely in those comments talking about the prices.
Mm-hmm.
So get your tickets before April 1st because they will go up. Anything else we want to talk about in?
No, I think that was kind of primary stuff for the weekend. I think, like I said, we're going to touch base on was it Thursday or Friday maybe because we got a couple of travel days ahead of us. So we're probably in kind of travel mode. But if we pop in, again, y'all know to follow the socials. Y'all see Autism Black on Instagram, Autism Black on what's that TikTok, Autism BLK on Facebook. The link is in the scrolling across right to get your tickets for the April 17th to the 19th. Also, it's for YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube page. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then just do some searching. Just do some searching on that page as well to get you right for what you may be looking for said conference.
Yes, because we have 3 full days of an amazing experience that's going to happen. And as I alluded to last week, and I'm going to allude to until the conference, until we make the announcement, changes are happening for 2027. So this is a conference you don't want to miss. So make sure that you get your ticket because changes are coming down the pipeline. So get your ticket so you can join us and get everything that we are offering this year.
Yeah, that way you be first to know what's going on with these changes. This you want to be in the building.
You want to be in the building or on the Zoom because we're making the announcement on day 3 of the conference of what's in store for Autism in Black. So make sure you get your tickets, and we'll see you Thursday or Friday. Watch the socials. You'll know when we're going live. It definitely won't be tomorrow or Wednesday, but Thursday or Friday, we definitely will be live and going through some of those ridiculous comments that we have been getting. So until then, enjoy your week because when we'll see you, it'll be almost near the end. So enjoy the week. I know there's a lot going on out there. And this is why we need family and community now more than ever. So stay safe out there, and we'll see you all Thursday or Friday.
See ya.